Hi Ishbael.
Hi Nina.
So I'm here to interview you and I would like to know more about what work still needs to be done.
For me, I need to work on my communication skills. That's an important aspect of leadership, and if I'm moving to that level, then I need to work on my communication skills. I need to have the confidence in saying, expressing myself in a nice way, and it doesn't matter if the person doesn't, respond, do what I say, that's fine. But to have that confidence in, expressing myself, because I realize sometimes that there are things I'm thinking, and then I don't say it, and someone else says it, and I realize, I could have said that. So I want to be, have that confidence to, communicate properly, communicate to others in a positive way. And that's really what I am striving to work on.
What other thing do you need to work on besides your communication skills?
Well, I would like the ability, I guess it ties in, to influence others. There was something I read once, how to influence people. And it might sound, when you hear it first, how to influence people is like, okay, how to manipulate, and that's not it. But to influence them in a positive way, to guide them towards a certain, achieving certain things, for the benefit of themselves and for, in the context of which I would be leading, that would be, what my aim would be.
So thinking about those two subjects that you want to work your toolbox with, what will you be doing as you prepare yourself for future leadership roles?
Well, in its simplest form, one, to get to that level with communication and emails is, and believe it or not, the book mentioned is actually spending time and reading on, text, other books that cover such topics. So that's, it's basic, but I still think that's a way I could achieve that. There's so much information out there. So by reading, in terms of communication, not afraid to ask for feedback. Do more presentations and not afraid to ask for feedback from my peers as to, how did I come across when I said something? Was my tone okay? Did they understand what I was saying? So, along those lines, and likewise with influencing others as well. How do I come across? Am I pushy? To push them to get to that, point, just for them to follow what you're saying or to do what you're telling them to do. But you want it to be known that, it's kind of, when you're working with a person, it's like win-win, yeah, the person just told me to do something, but they said it in such, they communicated so nicely, or how they carry themselves. I don't mind listening to that person. So I guess I want to be, we talk about referent power, you that likability factor. So hopefully I can get to that level. And that means, I guess, improving myself by, reading more and also looking at what, best practices, as Tracy talked about. Best practices, other people, how they communicate, how do they communicate to others, how do they influence people who have positive influences on others.
Well, Ishbael, it seems like you have a strong plan for those goals that I know that you're capable of accomplishing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.